All right, we're doing a deep dive today into what is, I think, one of the most important scenes in all of Shakespeare. Act 4, Scene 3 of Julius Caesar. So quick recap, right? Caesar is dead, the conspirators have been chased out of Rome, and now they're at war. But forget the Ides of March for a second. This scene, right here, tucked away in a dusty military tent, this is where it all really starts to fall apart.
Exactly. This is that turning point. It's where this grand, noble cause to save Rome starts to crumble, not because of some great army they're facing, but from the inside out. The cracks in their alliance are about to become canyons. So, you gotta picture this. These guys are no longer the triumphant heroes of Rome. They're generals now, stressed out, running an army from a camp at Sardis. And the pressure of the war, the money, the sheer weight of what they did, it's all pushing them to the absolute limit. And you can just feel their alliance starting to buckle. And that brings us to the heart of the scene, the fight in Brutus's tent. Brutus and Cassius storm in, and this isn't some calm, strategic debate between two leaders. Oh no, this is a raw, personal, and incredibly ugly argument where everything, their friendship, their honor, their whole mission, is on the line. And the things they say to each other are just brutal. You've got Brutus, the moral idealist, basically accusing Cassius of being corrupt, of having an itching palm, taking bribes, and even holding back money from their own soldiers. For Cassius, this is the worst thing you could possibly say to him. He gets so emotional defending his honor, basically saying he'd rather be dead than have Brutus think that of him. So the fight gets hotter and hotter, and it really seems like they're about to come to blows. But then they pull back. They both kind of realize that if they fall apart, it's over. The whole thing is doomed. So they manage to patch things up. But you get the feeling that the damage is done. The trust is cracked, you know? And just as they've reached this fragile truce, the whole scene just pivots on a dime. There's this quiet moment, and then Brutus reveals something he's been holding back this entire time. It's absolutely devastating news. His wife, Portia, is dead. Yeah, and the way she died is just horrifying. She was so overcome with worry for Brutus and so terrified of their enemies that she killed herself by swallowing hot coals. But what's really fascinating here is Brutus's reaction. He's a stone wall. He barely shows any emotion. And it makes you wonder, is that him being a strong stoic? Or is he bottling up so much pain that his judgment is about to get seriously warped? And with that horrible personal tragedy just hanging in the air, what do? They start talking military strategy. And this is the moment. This is where Brutus, maybe feeling so powerless over his wife's death, grabs for control and makes a decision that will seal all of their fates. So Brutus insists they have to march right away to a place called Philippi and attack Antony's army head on. Cassius, who's the much more experienced soldier, thinks this is a terrible idea. He says, no, let's play defense. Let them wear themselves out coming to us. But Brutus just steamrolls him. And Cassius, maybe not wanting another blowout fight with his friend, just gives in. And that, right there, is the fatal mistake. It's a gamble born from grief, not strategy. Now, if you thought this scene couldn't get any more intense with the fight, the death, the bad military decision, well, Shakespeare adds one last absolutely chilling twist. The argument's over, the decision is made, and the camp quiets down for the night. Everyone's asleep. It's just Brutus, by himself, trying to read by candlelight. The air is thick, you know? He's totally alone with his grief, his thoughts, and the weight of this massive, risky attack he's just ordered. And in that dead silence, the ghost of Julius Caesar appears right in front of him. And its message is so simple, but so terrifying. It just says, "Thou shalt see me at Philippi." This is where the play turns from just a political drama into a full-blown supernatural tragedy. The ghost is literally connecting Brutus's terrible strategic decision to go to Philippi with his own death. So let's just pull it all together. Why is this one scene so incredibly important? Well, because it's not just a single argument or a ghost story. It's the entire blueprint for their downfall, laid out for us in one incredibly tense act. I mean, look at all the pieces. You see their friendship getting ripped apart by stress and suspicion. You see them both using the idea of honor as a shield and a sword. You get the classic tragic mistake, Brutus's decision to march. And then you get the final nail in the coffin, fate itself, in the form of a ghost basically telling Brutus the game is already over.
And that really is the question the scene leaves us with, isn't it? What ultimately sealed Brutus's fate? Was it that spooky prophecy from Caesar's ghost suggesting he was doomed no matter what? Or was it his own very human choices made right there in that tent, his stubbornness, his grief, and his terrible judgment? What do you think?